In this episode of On Location with Councillor Mandewo, I am here with Dumas of Society Francophone De Maillardville. Welcome, Joanne.
Yes, sir.
We're talking today about the deep-rooted history of the French Canadians here in Maillardville.
Okay, we've had Francophones here in the community, immediate community, since 1909. Of course, Francophones were here much before 1909 in British Columbia. But in 1983, a society was created, which was called Society Maillardville Unie, which we changed the name later on to have the word Francophone into it. So we've existed since then, and what we do mainly is service the Francophone and Francophile community, because a lot of people that are Anglophones are interested in activities and in information that we can give them about the Francophones. And we run different activities, French classes, French summer camp. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we do, historical evenings and so forth and so on. Plus, we also run the largest Francophone festival that exists in British Columbia, which is Festival du Bois.
I know, I recently attended it. What an amazing festival. You guys do a great job
Thank you.
That festival.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much. It is so important for me to note that Coquitlam is becoming very multicultural. So you have people coming from all over. I'm one of them that moved here. But for me, it's even more important for us to intertwine with the rich history that this community has. We cannot embrace new cultures and forget, our own local history. It is so critical to bring all of them to light, which is what your organization is doing.
Well, for us, hopefully it is the direction we've always worked in the sense that historically the Francophones have helped build Coquitlam and what it is right now. And of course, with the dreams that we have for the future of this community and for the future of our culture is, of course, to get an honest to goodness French Canadian center, official cultural center that would be about French culture and French language and French activities, but that does not exclude people of other nations, of other realities to take into our own programming and so forth and so on. But this is a dream of ours.
Inclusive.
Yeah, I think we've always worked in an inclusive way, hence why even at Festival du Bois, the programming is not solely French-Canadian music. We also offer world music, so there's always bands coming from different places of the world that come and showcase what they do. So for us, it's very important that everybody finds their place with us, so we can grow together and make a better community.
Amazing. So can you touch on some of the programs that you run here at the center?
The programs that we run here, we've had a feasibility study done a couple of years, and we could run so much more, but space, of course, is very limited, not only at our center, but in Maillardville as a community. There's not a lot of space that can be used for programming. So what we hope is, in moving and getting a bigger center, we want to be able to offer even more activities for young people, for youth, for young kids also from age 1 to 4. We'd like to have a program of good quality to be offered to them. We even have the Slovak community that comes here every Saturday to do Slovakian school, and they use our space here and they share information with those Slovakian families and their children. Nice. But we do meditation. We do a whole bunch of programming that is offered for both young and old. And all that we want to see. We have activities also for seniors. We've recently created a new senior group, which is going to be called La Renaissance. So it's the rebirth of our so it's a place where you're 50 and more, you'll be able to bring new things to your life. So
Nice.
so we
Like a
hope
rebirth.
Yeah. So we want that to be up and going in the very, very near future. So we're doing a lot of stuff here, but of course we're there to as advocate for the francophones and francophiles in the region here. So we have also, a lot of meetings with different federations and so forth and so on. Like I used to sit on the committee for official languages in Ottawa. So those are things that we're trying to keep going and keep moving in the forefront.
What I'm hearing from the bottom of everything, culture, passing on that culture to the new generations is very, very important.
To us it is. I mean, that's the purpose of us existing. If we're not going to be sharing with our community the culture, the language, the true existence of what francophones are all about, we're missing the boat. It's very important, and for me, and especially for our team here, it's always been about community. It's not about us personally. Of course, I'm a francophone, so I benefit from that also, but it's about the bigger picture of things. And how, even though you're not a francophone, how can you benefit from what we're doing? How can we work together for a better community? And I think that's something that we've demonstrated in many, many ways over the years, and that we continue to do.
For sure. If you look worldwide, you will realize that when people get along, they do so when they know each other. And when they respect each other's history, that's when the true connections really do happen. So it is important for me to come in and sit down with you and say, tell me about your culture, and you knowing about my culture. Only from that do we truly get to respect each other and to know where we are coming from. So it's amazing, the work that you are doing and everything, and I really appreciate all that you and the team
Thank
here
you so
are doing.
much. I think it's all about growing together and making things better.
For sure. Yeah, so next I would like for you to talk about what you want the community to know. If there's one message that you want to send to the community, what is that in regards to the society?
I think the message I want to send to Coquitlam as a whole is that the Francophone community of Maillardville is very unique in British Columbia. And that uniqueness is something that deserves to be celebrated. And when we look at all the communities, I've said this many times, in the Lower Mainland, we all have some water and a mountain in the back of us, but only Coquitlam as Maillardville, nobody else as Maillardville. And I think it'd be great if the community as a whole would take part in our growth and in our dreams of a future center for the Francophones.
Thank you. So if people want to know more, where can they go?
If they want more information about programs and activities that we have on a regular basis, and also we always share information of other Francophone groups in the Greater Vancouver area, they can reach us at www.maillardville.com, which spells MAILLARDVILLE.com, or they can go on our Facebook account, which would be again Maillardville, and they will find us there, or on our Facebook Festival du Bois.
Wonderful. It is always a pleasure. I love the passion that you have for the community, and it's always a pleasure for me to sit down and chat with you. So thank you so much for listening to another episode of On Location with Madame Joanne Dumas. Thank you.
Merci.
Bye for now.